This tutorial is going to look at using parametrics and relationships to define a 2D drawing. It's important to do this so you can take advantage of the automatically generated drawing tools. It also helps define the 3D model and more clearly and sort of anchor specific relationships. This will make more sense once I go through it. So the first thing you do is start with a new part. Click OK. Then we want to select a plane. So in this case we're going to select a front plane. We're going to go to the sketch tools and we're just going to use a line tool. And as we did before, we're going to start at the origin of the drawing space. We're going to draw a 4-inch, roughly a 4-inch by 2.5 or 3-inch tall, sort of 3-finned comb. So, and you'll notice you're getting little tool hints, like right here I've got a vertical yellow line. That just means that it's setting a relationship that this line is vertical. And that's what I'm looking for, is actually to have a series of vertical lines. So I'm going to wait until that sort of cue pops up. And you can see I'm not really paying much attention to size or even necessary relationship. I just want to make sure I have all vertical lines and that I have a closed shape. So the shape is finished, and you can see I've got 2 black lines here and a bunch of blue lines. The black lines mean that the relationship of these lines are at least partially defined by the fact that they both have a shared vertex, which is the center point of the drawing space, right? So back to front view. Now what we want to do is start setting up some relationships. So I'm going to use the arrow tool. And you can exit if you're in a drawing tool. All you have to do is hit the escape key to exit it. So I'm going to select these 2 lines. Actually, I'll select all 3 lines here because I want them all to be the same width. So I'm going to say equal. So that means since they really only have one measurement, which is the distance between the 2 points that define them, they now are all of equal width. And so now if I adjust one of them, all of them modify. So I want to do the same thing with these 2 lines. Make them equal. I also want to make them collinear, which means that they're both on the same y-axis. Click OK. And so now if I move these up and down, they're linked together in a collinear relationship. I want to do the same thing with these 2 lines. So again, holding down the Shift key. Collinear. And this one is just going to do what it wishes. So, okay, so now I can change the width of these, and everything is sort of linked up. So you can start to see it starting to get a fixed set of relationships. Now I can either sort of tweak it just by look, or I can start adding dimensions to really fix the size and relationships. And to do that, let me start with Smart Dimensions. Now we select a vertex, and then select the other vertex over here, and that gives me an overall dimension. And so let's say this is 5 inches. Okay, then I want to select just one of these, and I'll say this is 0.75, or 3/4 of an inch. You can see they all increased in size together. I'm also going to select this line and this line to set a height, and we'll say it's 2 inches. Now I'll select this line and this line. We'll say that that's 2.75 inches. We'll set this height. And again, because this is collinear with the line next to it, this is now set. Okay, so now that we've done all of that, we'll just confirm that. Now that's fixed. And we can select this, make sure this sketch is selected. And then we'll go to Features, Extrude, and we'll just give this a depth of, say, 6 inches. There you go. So now we have a parametrically defined 2D form that we've now extruded to 6 inches. We can continue working from there. And if you ever want to go back in to the shape itself, you just double click on this. You can double click on the sketch, and that gets you right back inside the sketch, where you can then, if you want, change a dimension. So this is 0.75, we can say 1 inch instead. Then you just accept it. Exit the sketch, and it goes back to the 2D. Okay? So the key is just to use parameters to define the size, use relationships to define the relationships between different lines, and don't overdo it. You'll notice sometimes if you add too many dimensions or too many relationships, the sketch will break. So you just wait at the point in which all the lines are black. That means it's well defined and you don't need to continue. Okay.